Here we go. Oh, I can hear an echo already. That's gone now. Premier League round 17. Russia, 6 left to go, including today. Getting towards the end now. Not so long before we start thinking about grids for next season, end of season awards. As we already saw last night, Vysheng and Sloth got promoted from the Championship. So next season they are definitely coming in the Premier League, which I'm sure is relief to a lot of them. Evening to Dylan. Yeah, we're just waiting for Nunda to join. He should be joining in a second. So Dylan, who is on standby for us, should be okay. And Nunda's now asking for another invite, so we should be alright. Theo, yeah, I'm good, thanks, mate. Congratulations. Theo had a good race yesterday from what I was watching, so well done to him. Just sending another invite. I think that's Bradfield now putting his mic back on. Who's joined us today is in the Renault, of course. He's either really quiet or he's not got his mic on yet. There he is.
I'm back. Oh, where's my coffee?
Yeah, last week, of course, Denzo was back to his best, wasn't he? He had an absolutely fantastic race, Denzo did. As soon as Nunda gets in, we are all good to go. He's got invite, so I don't know why he can't click on it and join. But anyway, yeah, last week we're waiting on Nunda Marv. Last week it was Rick, wasn't it? In seconds, chasing up to Denzo, but Denzo did just dominate, didn't he? He was the quickest driver out there, and then German picking up P3. There we go, Nunda's here, so we're all good to go. German in P3 is not racing with us tonight. German's not racing, and he's been replaced by KD. Usually you hear, not watch. He was on commentary for League One yesterday, and they've also got young Tommy. He's in at a Red Bull, replacing Mr. Elite today. So the two not driving today. So yeah, Britain last week. It was a really good race, wasn't it? But yeah, anyway, this is Russia. And last night we had 2 quality races. We had some huge smack ups as well, didn't we? So on the straight, we've seen some big crashes, so I definitely want to watch out for there. Yeah, once everyone ready's up, we'll be in the session and good to go. Oh, someone's left. Hang on, somebody's left. Is that? Let me guess. Tango? Oh no, it's not. It's Chazza. So Chazza's. That's what happens when we don't ready up quick enough. He has, yeah.
Might take about half an hour to cool down and come back on.
Alright, so Chaz has just said he can't race. His PS4 keeps going to Dylan. I think Dylan's in the comments. I'm now sending him an invite. So he is online, so we'll just give it a minute for him. So we do normally get away on time, but when there's something like that happening, there's not much we can do.
No.
If it's an error like that. So I'll just wait for Dylan to get in. So he's going to be racing points. We have 3 reserves tonight. And there we go. Dylan's in already. Brilliant. He knows what he's doing. He was ready. There we go. We're all good to go now. Let's get readied up quickly before someone else gets kicked out.
Oh dear. Pardon me.
Yeah, how was your race yesterday in the Championship? I didn't think it went too well.
No, not very well, no. Well, I got wing damage I didn't even know I had twice.
How much did you have to drink then?
I had a bottle and a half last night, but I'm on the coffee tonight, so...
On the coffee, oh.
Yeah.
Could be even worse then. Quick look through the comments, even to Mushroom, even the Conal. None the same ready up. Yes, we've been saying that a good 5 minutes now. Tree Slayer saying even as well. Tree Slayer had another stonking race yesterday, didn't he? In a Championship. P11 to P3, I think it was. He did the medium soft strategy. No softs at the end. It was really close to getting a Sloth for P2 as well, because Sloth had 6 seconds of penalties. I think it was only a couple of attempts between them. We had Tree Slayer 2 races now and two P3s, and I think next season with Sloth and Vysheng going up, I think Tree Slayer could be looking at being one of the favourites. But yeah, it's a long way away yet. We've still got Good way to go in this season. Still a good 5 weeks after today. Now there was rain, wasn't there? Was there any rain yesterday in either races? I think I saw rain in the quali, wasn't there? Of one of them.
Yeah, I think it was for was it League One rain?
Yeah, I think it might have been.
I don't know.
I'm not sure. There was rain somewhere, but we've got no rain at the moment in this qualifying session. So I presume all the drivers are still loading in, and we're going to get that 40-second ahead glitch. So yeah, but it is sunny, so it doesn't look like it's going to be raining in Q1 at least. But there's a place where the weather can change pretty quickly in Sochi, here in Russia. Yeah, take a quick look through your standings then for the Premier League. And yeah, Denzo was under a bit of pressure, wasn't he? But 2 wins in a row now in Belgium, Britain, after just 1 win in 6. He's now 54 clear of Rick Dalton, so he's pulled out a bit of a gap again now. Siege is in 3rd. He hasn't been on his best form lately. He's still just 4 points ahead of Sully. Chaz are in 5th. We've got dry race as well. There we go. Lynx is in 6th, even though he's just raced 6 races with us on 83 points. Been absolutely phenomenal. Konal's in 7th. 3 podiums this season for him. He's been a brilliant addition to the league. Dan Murphy in 10th. Cowie 10th after that good P4 last week. Equals his best finish of the season. Last year's runner-up. Gale in 11th. Sean 12th. Sam in 13th. Sean's on 28, Sam 23, 22 for Sweet MJP, and 22 for Tango, 23 for Bradfield. Yeah, and then it's Sweet MJP on 16, Potstuff on 8, Marvsky on 9, Marvsky on 8. So yeah, Potstuff, Marvsky and Sweet MJP, they're in the real battle for that final relegation spot. Jay Story and Miss Relite and the Red Bull at the moment not looking too good for them. So yeah, Potstuff and Marvsky and Sweet MJP, they're 15th, 16th, 17th at the moment. And on this game, currently in this qualifying session, all next to each other, be easy to keep an eye on. So they are the ones really that we want to pick up points just to steer clear of that and avoid that relegation spot. Quick look through the constructors as well. Actually remembered for once, usually going through the standings to forget about the constructors. And Denzo, by the way, has gone out and he's put the mediums on. Might see some drivers use the mediums and then use the softs in Q2 and try and start on the softs. That's a good strategy. So it's soft, medium, soft, and it is pretty doable. Saw a lot of drivers do it last night. Racing Point are 5 points clear at the top of the constructors' standings. Rick Dalton, Chazza, of course, Chazza pulled out last minute, 7 problems with PlayStation, and Dan Murphy's providing the pit centre. He's happy to start from the back, as he does quite often. Yeah, 5 points of Dylan, a lot of pressure on him today to try and pick up some points at Racing Point. And then Alpha and Mayo, they're just 5 points behind. Denzo and Resurgent Cowie. It's going to be pretty hard for Racing Point to keep behind. And then we've got a gap of over 100 points to Williams. And yeah, Red Bull are at the back, so yeah, it'd be good to see what young Tommy, see if he can pick up any points for them today. I'm sure it'd be much appreciated for the Red Bull team. We're going to go on board with Siege. He's the first car that's going to be starting a lap. Even to Jamie Enright. Even to young Tommy and Siege.
Siege done that? He just turned in.
He's just stopped his car. I'm not
going to get disqualified.
Quite sure he's going to get disqualified there. I'm not quite sure what he's done there. If his pad's connected or something. I don't know why he's not just paused it if that's happened, but he's going to get disqualified if he just sits there any longer. Can he get? He has been disqualified. I'm not sure what's happened there for Siege. We're just saying the man that's P3 in the standings, finished 3rd last season. He's been disqualified already. I don't know what's happened there. Hopefully it doesn't get in anyone's way. I don't know why that car just can't come in the pits.
Yeah, he's going to go round.
He's out of the way now though anyway, but yeah. I don't know what's happened there for Siege. It's not a great start for him, although I'm sure it's something he's not in control of. Marvsky then is going to be first to set that, one of those drivers that needs to pick up some points. He's been impressive. Now partner league ALR though, isn't he? So, yeah, they run on a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and next season we're going to be running on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, so League One's going to move to a Thursday. So yeah, you'll have every day of the week there'll be racing either ALR or WNR, so
that's what we like to see.
you'll never get bored.
No.
I know there's definitely some people that'll be watching it every night, which is absolutely brilliant. Marsky then in Sector 2, DRS zone, it's not very straight, there's a couple of little, it's not as straight as the straights, is it? Where this DRS zone is, and this is a real hard turn. I see a lot of cars go too deep there and misjudge the braking zone, especially if they've got the DRS activated. And you might see cars lose traction there. It's an easy place to start sliding around. I think I saw Dylan in League 1 yesterday lost out on the race win to Starbucks. Sorry to bring that up, Dylan. Because of sliding around there. But Marcy then, let's see what he can do as he crosses the line. What's the benchmark going to be? The first time set is going to be a 1:31.9. We've got McLaren next, that's Tango. And Tango does a 1:30.7, so yeah, he's over a second quicker than Marv at the moment. So I think Marv might have to set a quicker time than that. Sean is in P17 at the moment. I'm sure he can go up into the top 3 unless he validates on the final corner, and he doesn't, and he crosses the line and he does slot into that gap 6 tenths quicker than Marv, 6 tenths slower than Tango, right in the middle of that gap as well. Is that young Tommy next to cross the line? Yes, it is. He was in a Ferrari last night for the Championship Reserve, and now he's in a Red Bull. I wonder if there's any cars he's not been in this season, WNR. He's just got ahead of Sean a couple of tenths quicker. Tango setting great time so far. Rick Dalton's going to be next. He's gone on the softs. He crosses the lines a 1:29.8, and that's a stonking time from Rick Dalton to be in the 1:29s already. Really good effort this early in quali too. KD's going to be next then. I haven't seen him race. He has not raced in WNR for a long time. He's been in the commentary box. He raced towards the beginning of the season, but he's not done good few weeks, and he's up to P5. He might need a bit more time than that, but he is 5 tenths quicker than Marvsey, so that'll be sigh of relief for him. Next up's going to be, that's just, no, it must be the Renault pot stuff on an outlap. It's difficult to find who's actually on a lap. Nunda, I think it's the only actual car on a lap now, unless some of the top 6 are going for back-to-back. The rest are either in the pits or on their outlap, so we'll watch Nunda. We're going board of him. Me every night, saying serious much, I think he's referring to watching or racing in WNR ALR. See how Nunda gets his braking. Yeah, it's ball. Yeah, he's. I don't know if that's a glitch there or if he's just hit the wall. Looked like he just hit the wall. But we're saying because that braking zone as well, not only is it's sort of on a turn as well, so you have to turn and brake almost at the same time, so it makes it really awkward to judge even for the best drivers. And no, Nunda's not got damage, so either it was just a minor tap or it was a glitch from Nunda, and he's about to cross the line and he's up to P4, so I presume it was just a little glitch. So it does that sometimes. It looks like the car's going to go flying off the track, and actually is absolutely fine. We've got cars now coming to the pits in sector 3. We've got Potts, I think that's Bradfield just on an outlap. Yeah, we've got the Haas, Sweet MJP on an outlap. Potstuff and Cowie are on laps. Cowie's in sector 1, Potstuff in sector 2. And actually we're going to go on board with, if I can find Sweet MJP, we're going to watch his whole lap on board of it. We saw Bradfield and Vice Shane in the Premier League last season rush, hit that little orange curve on the right hand side, lose their wheels both on the straight on lap 1 to start finish. Turn 1, almost 4 wheels off, easy place to invalidate down that little left sausage curve where Sainz lost it in Russia in 2020. This is a real awkward place if it's wet. Take a wide line, swoop back in, try not to go 4 wheels wide. You're going to see so many penalties there. Pot stuff's up to P3, great now from here. Same again, swooping in, avoiding not to go 4 wide. Some of the corners are really similar around here, the scenery is similar too, so it's difficult to know who you're on sometimes. Again, just another one of those, swooping in at high speed. And this one's a bit of an awkward one. We saw Crazy Bill, I think, went really wide there yesterday and lost out in League 1 because of it. Again, it's a similar little sequence. DRS opens then. As we see Cowie go up to P2, but it's still nearly 9 tenths off Rick Dalton. So Rick Dalton set an absolutely fantastic time. It's going to be hard for even his brother to beat. Gets the braking zone perfect there, the Sweet MJP, avoiding the orange sausage curve too. Oh, he's gotten a bit slidey through that turn there as he's in sector 3 now. Yeah, look how slow they have to go through there just to avoid losing traction off the car. And that's the pit entrance as well to the right hand side, is a really awkward and slow pit entrance too. Comes onto the final corner then, crosses the line and he goes up to P8, 1:31.3 left on Sweet MJP. I think if you're in the 130s, you should be okay. So pot stuff, yeah, really good to see. Fantastic time from him. Sweet MJP and KD having a get out of the way of each other there. No, the other Williams just in front too. Let's go on board with Bradfield then, because he's... No, Bradfield's already set his time, sorry, he's already set at 1:31.4, and I think he's going to have to go quite a bit quicker than that. Denzo's on his out, he is on the medium, so he's going to try and get through on these, and that's a clue that he's going to be starting in the softs. Getting close to the wall there, really confident weaving those tyres. Has Pot Stuff gone for back-to-back? No, he's not, he's going for that awkward pit entrance, as you can see there. Must be Konow out on the track. We go Konow's there for AlphaTauri. I think the Red Bull's just on an outlap too. Dylan on an outlap just behind as well. We've got Ferrari though, and that is Sam Swift, and he is on a lap. His pace has been incredible in qualifying. He caused a safety car when he crashed out last week in Britain, so he's unlucky with that. But his pace in qualifying has been incredibly impressive from Sam Swift, and I think definitely won. Might still need some points on the board. Well, it's up to P11 now, so that is only 6 fouls over his teammate. I'm sure he's got more time than that, and Lynx goes up to P2 with a 1:30.0. It's a great time there from Lynx. Lynx, who will be representing WNR tomorrow in the BBB Champions Series alongside Voice Sheng, so watch out for that as well. Bradfield coming into the pits then. So, even though it said it was up on his time, presume that was wrong.
On low fuel.
Oh, he's on low fuel, there we go, and so he's run out of fuel, even though he was up on his time. Jay Story, Conal, and Dylan, you see that sequence, they're now going through sector 2, but we're going to go on board with Denzo. He's invalidated his time on those mediums, so I think he's not got low fuel, so he might be saving up to go for another lap. And I'm sure he'll still be quick enough on 2-lap old mediums to get through easily with the pace our Premier League champion has got, and he is going to stay out and go for another lap. Conal then, three-time podium sitter this season on the League of Ireland. I'm sure he's going to have plenty of fans in the comments as I look. Yeah, I'll see time splitter there. I'm sure he'll be cheering Conal on as well, and he goes up to P3. It's a great time there from Conal. Jay Story's going to be next. Jay Story only 2 points this season. He needs to pick up some points if he's to stay in the Premier League. He crosses the line, so P15 for him, and Dylan's next on the racing point goes up to P13. So there we go. Getting closer towards the bottom. Sam Swift is going again. He's going to set another lap. It's got to be quicker this time. It is much quicker. He's up to P7. Much better lap from Sam. I think he needed that as well. Tango just crossed the line. He's going to be going again. Marski's already on his outlap. 6 minutes left of the session. In fact, it's more like 7 because of the timing glitch. Denzo, he's really pushing it to the limits, isn't he? He might feel he has to on the medium tyres. I'm sure it's going to be enough for him. It usually is. You're a fool to question this man. Yeah, Sully invalidated his time, although he is going again, so he's had time to save up. He's got enough fuel. As it stands, Siege is going to go out. He's going to be starting last, being disqualified for something we don't really know why. Dan Murphy's retired in the pits. As we know, he doesn't usually do quali. He likes to start at the back. And Sully and Denzo yet to set a time, and Jay Story's 8 temps off Marvsky at the moment. Marvsky, Dylan, Bradfield, KD, Sweet and Jay Sean definitely not safe. Nunda and Tommy not too sure. But however, I think the top 7, definitely the top 6 is going to be safe. Denzo across the line, he's up to P7. And there we go, he's just in the 130s, and that should be enough to get him through. Of course, he's slower because he's on the medium tyres, but I think that's going to be enough for him. And I'm not sure if Conal's doing another lap. No, he is just on and in that. Sully, he nearly went 4 wheels wide there. We'll go over the overhead view to watch Sully's lap. Will favoured track, maybe saying under. Yeah, it's fast turns, isn't it? It definitely suits a Will. Yeah, whereas tracks like Singapore, slower turns, more technical turns, I think that probably suits a pad. Well, this is just from my experience and from things I've heard anyway. But yeah, I think the ones with fast corners, it definitely suits drivers with traction off. And if you get it right, if you don't make any mistakes, that is. And yeah, being on a wheel, I think it definitely helps Russia. Would you back that up, Justin?
Yeah, definitely. Well, I can't remember racing on the pad in Russia. But yeah,
sure, we've just seen. I think Sean just gone up to P8. I think he has. There's a good lap there from Sean. And he could be through with that. And Sully's up to P6. There we go. So maybe the benchmark's going to be a little bit lower. Sam and Sean, I guess they're safe. But then Tommy and Nunda, I said they might be safe. And they're 11th and 12th at the moment. So it's all to play for. Marv is now in the drop zone. Dylan's dropped to the drop zone too. He's over 2 temps off Bradfield though, so they do need to find some time. Marvsky, we've just seen him invalidate his time there, unfortunately, so Marvsky could be in trouble. As it stands, it is Dylan, Marv and Jay Story going out. Most of the cars are in the pits at the moment. And I think the rest that are out on a lap are on in laps. Or Tango might be on a lap, I'm not sure. He has invalidated. Sully. No, I don't think he's on a lap, is he? Yeah, impressive time from Pot Stuff there, and he's definitely under a bit of pressure because he's only 1 point ahead of Marv, and that's thanks to the fastest lap he managed to get last week in Britain. So that could be the difference between who goes up and who goes down, who stays up and who goes down. Yes, I'm sure He's going to feel the pressure though, pot stuff, so it's great that he's pulling out times like that under the pressure. Tango comes into the pits then. I think the Ferrari behind it as well. Tango's happy with his time then. Yeah, top 8 are definitely safe. Konar's going back out. I think that's just for another practice run on the used softs. All these cars in Sector 3 coming around. I think they'll be coming into the pits very soon. Young Tommy's now starting his lap then because he knows that he's in trouble. We'll watch Tommy's lap. In P11 at the moment. Yes, he only needs 16 more points to be safe. And to be safe for promotion to the Championship next season for full time. He's already racing in the Championship and Premier League a good few times this season reserving. Yeah, it looks like he'll be waving goodbye to League One and getting promoted to the Championship unless something unbelievable happens. Which you never know, but yeah, Tommy's been a fantastic racer this season. Even got a podium in the Premier League, didn't he, when he was reserving Azerbaijan. So he has been incredible. He's definitely got the pace. Now going through Sector 2 then. Bradfield looks like a loose rear. Bradfield likes a loose rear. I read that wrong, I'm not thinking. He does. Does indeed. DRS zone now for young Tommy then. Yeah, looking at his app, I think he's up in his time. He might be safe where he is, but as I said a minute ago, Bradfield's running it. He's a tenth and a half down, so I hope he's safe where he is. He might have another lap of fuel on board. As Konar moves out of the way nicely in the sister team. Marv has been in and out of the pits again, so he's going to go round on that lap. Maybe Tommy lost all the time on his first lap in Sector 3, so let's hope for a good Sector 3 for him. Haven't seen any cars lose it yet, have we? And Tommy crossed the line, and he does find time in Sector 3, and he's into the 130s, and I think that should be enough. Denzo's going for another abundant medium, so even he thinks he might be in a bit of danger. Sam Swift is on another lap. He just comes out of turn 1. Dylan's just started another lap through turn 1. Bradfield, yeah, I think he's got enough fuel to go again. It's not flashing. KD's just come into the pits and retired, so KD is in trouble there in P14. That'll be a relief to the cars above him. Sweet MJP especially as he's invalidated his lap. He's low on fuel too. But yeah, KD in trouble. Not sure what's happened on his lap. Must have been invalidated and not had enough fuel to go again. Marvsky and Jay Story on outlaps then. It's not looking too great for them at the moment. Marvsky's only a few temps off Dylan though, and Bradfield there too, who can't set a lap at the moment. And KD of course. So it's not all over for Marv, definitely not. Dylan is going through Sector 2. We'll see at the end of this straight how much up on his time he is. Lynx and Rick are both out on the track again as well, so I think they're going for more practice laps. And there we go, Dylan is 5.5 temps up, so he's going to pull clear here. Dylan, he's going to find a lot of time, definitely going to push KD down into the danger, into P15 at least. Sweet MJP is in the pits, so yeah, he's going to be in trouble too. Yeah, Sweet MJP has retired in the pits, of course. He can't, not got time to come back out. Probably got about 40 seconds left in the session. Oh, Dylan, what's he done there? He's just invalidating the final corner. He's miles up. He turned in far too early and went 4 wheels off. And Dylan's going to be out because it invalidated this and next lap. Marvsky is just down his time as he comes out of Sector 1. Bradfield is on another lap. Jay Story's invalidated his time, unfortunately, so he is going to be out as well. Invalidating Sector 1. Denzo's crashed. Denzo's crashed. Oh no, and Marvsky, we're going to go on board with Marvsky. He's lost it coming onto the straight in Sector 2 in the DRS zone. It was a strange place to lose it. He didn't need to come out. He didn't need to come out again. He'd have been safe. He'd been P9 as it stands. So he's really missed it there. He's not going to be on pole today. He's been on pole for 14 of the races this season. Sully getting 1 and German getting 1. But he won't be on pole today because he has crashed the car when he didn't even need to be out on the track. Denzo's going to start down in P15. Bradfield goes up to P12.
4 sets, that's 4 laps.
We know Dylan is out. KD is next in the danger zone. Can Marv get ahead of KD? It's between Marv and KD. Marvsky does it. He does it by just under a 10. Gets ahead of KD. Pushes KD out. Brilliant effort from Marvsky. Just as really competitive his top time as well. The field is quite bunched up, so well done to Marv there. He's able to get through. And he pushes KD out. Well done, Marvsky. Brilliant time. Under the pressure as well, being the last driver, needing points. He's going to be through to Q2. But the shock there, you have to say, Denzo will have to start down in P15, and you can't rule out anything for Denzo. Even if he's starting last, you can't take him out of the picture for winning the race. We've seen, obviously, in League 1, Vintage started 20th, and he finished 4th because the safety car came out at the right time for him. You never know around here. But P15, Denzo, he won't be happy with the start today. So just wait, I think Sully's now coming in the pits. Nunda's in sector 3, so he's still on, and he's now coming in the pits anyway. So there we go. That is the end of Q1 then. 6 cars going out. Oh, and Marv saying he did his second one using manual gears and found 5 temps. He's really happy about that. Brilliant, isn't he? Yeah, that's the first step to doing manual gears. When you've got nothing to lose, go for it in quali, practice it on some laps, and then when you feel comfortable, eventually go to it in the race. If at some tracks at least. Some tracks it's too hard, like Singapore. I've gone to manual the last few months, but when it came to Singapore, I turned manual off just because I was losing over a second a lap. It had taken a long while to practice, but yeah, Dylan saying he was 7 temps up. We saw it. We were on board of it, and then we just see final turn. He just cut in too early and went 4 wheels and cut the curb. It's a shame for Dylan then, but that's they're the 14 cars that are going to be going through the Q2, and they're the 6 going out. So Denzo, who crashed out, who would have been safety through. KD in 16th, don't know what went wrong with him, think he invalidated. Dylan 17th, we saw what happened to him. Jay Story's over a second off Dylan, and Dan Murphy, who chosen to start towards the back, and then Siege, who we saw on board with the first car that was going to start a lap, and his car just pulled off the circuit, pulled onto the side of the track and got disqualified, so I don't know what's gone on there for Siege. They're the cars going out. Look forward to Q2. That last corner, Dylan, bad luck. You had one job. Yeah, oh, it's so painful just watching that. I can imagine Dylan's shouting at his screen after doing that. Just turned in too early. So there we go. This is where we see, well, we think Denzo would have started on the softs as he went for the mediums in Q1. But yeah, we'll see. This will be interesting because usually you want a lot of cars go for the mediums. I think some will just want to go for the softs straight away and try and get through on them. Of course, if you start on the softs, if there's a safety car early on, you can go hard to the end. But if you start on the mediums, you can still go hard to the end, but you lost out time at the start because the softs definitely have more grip at the start of the race. We saw yesterday, Sloth and Vaisheng, they just couldn't put away from the soft runners behind. They were the only 2 on the mediums. I think Plotters even overtook Sloth at one point, didn't he? But yeah, they had too much pace at the end of the race, didn't they? Love-hate relationship with Russia, saying Dylan. Yeah, of course, Dylan, who was second in League 1 yesterday, and yeah, he lost out to Starbus, got overtaken after I think he lost a little bit, sliding a little bit in the final sector with a couple of laps to go. But even still for Dylan, P2 looking good in his hunt for promotion to the championship, which he's looking really good for. Yeah, Mushroom saying the same for him about having a love-hate relationship. Yeah, I think Mushroom got 6 seconds of penalties as well, which is unlike him, but as we said, it just proves this track is just a nightmare for penalties. Every corner is really similar. You can just go 4 wheels wide because they're pacey corners. If you try and swerve to avoid going 4 wheels wide, you can just lose it and end up crashing the wall. So we're on board with Bradfield. He's going to be the first car to set a lap, so the pressure's on him, the cameras are on him. Renault Lenley's replaced Crooksy, didn't he? The Crooksy had to drop out of his seat a couple of weeks ago, unfortunately. Here goes Bradfield then. We'll go on board with Bradfield because he knows exactly what happened last year in the Premier League.
Oh yeah.
So he started the race, lights out, away we go. He came down the straight here. He went far to the right here, clipped that orange curb, went spinning across and lost his wheel. And that was it. His race was over after 10 seconds. Took Vaisheng out as well, and I think that was on his Vaisheng's debut. got a bit deep going into turn 1
Went
there,
a bit
Bradfield.
wide there.
Yeah, we just picked up on that. He's choosing to go over that curve, trying to avoid the curve. Licks it in. And Bradfield is no traction on as well the last couple of weeks, so it's a big challenge around Russia. However, I do think Russia is probably the easiest track to have no traction off. I was going to go to traction off about 6 months ago, and this was the track I was practicing at. Because the corners are fast, you don't have to be so careful with the throttle, apart from that little chicane in sector 3, which will come up to in 15-20 seconds or so. Yeah, it's been tidy lap so far from Bradfield. Just swinging it through the corners, and with that traction being off, it's going to gain more time from doing it as the teammate gets out of the way for him. Yeah, have to be a bit more careful around here. As you can see, he's being really tentative around him. This is the one where you can lose it. And you can see his car sliding through the corner there. He wouldn't have lost too much time from doing that. It just proves how hard it is to lose it then. He's going through for the last couple of corners. Looks a tidy lap for him so far. Takes a lot of that curb. Cuts in nicely too. It's a 1:31.2. Good time there from Bradfield. Pot stuff just starting his lap. He is on the mediums. Yeah, it was a bit cautious, but at the same time, we've got the lap set. Sully goes up to P2. He's 4/10 slower than Bradfield, but he is on the mediums. Tango's invalidated his time, also on the mediums as well. We've got a bit of a gap back on the track, and that's going to be to Tommy, who is on the soft tyres, representing that Red Bull today, taking over from Mr. Elite for today's race. Not a great camera view, that is it. Don't like looking at that camera view. That's one thing with going overboard. Overhead view. There we go, that's better. Tidy that from Tommy. And he crossed the line, and it's... No, it wasn't a tidy. What am I looking at? I'm too busy looking at the statistics on my phone. 1:34.4 from Tommy, so just a banker lap from there. I don't know if he made a mistake somewhere before we were on board with him. Sweet MJP then, on the medium tyres. He's crossed the line, and it's a 1:32.0, so he's 4/10 off Sully there. For Bradfield's ahead of them both so far. Sam on the mediums, I expect this to be good from him, and he's up to P3. He's only just ahead of Sweet MJP. Might not be his favourite track, this. Bradfield's just all in that, whether his teammate in front, Pot Stuff, is on his lap on the medium tyres. His Q1 time was brilliant. I'd expect this to be up to P3 from Pot Stuff. Can he even get close to Sully? Wouldn't surprise me after his time in Q1. He's out of hers quite early though, and he crosses the line, and he does go up to P3, only just. That's really close to him. Pot Stuff, Sam, Sweet MJP, all three of those drivers started out in League 1 this season, then they were promoted early on up to the Premier League when spaces came available after they've impressed in their performances. We got McLaren next, and that is Tango. He's gone for back-to-back laps after invalidating his first, and he crosses the line in mediums. He's up to P3, just a 10th and a half of Sully's time. So Bradfield's the only one to go on the soft so far. And Nunda's next. He's just on an outlap, got a yellow flag, and that's for Haas just getting out of the way. But Sean is the only car now actually on a lap, so we know what Sean's lap as he's now going through sector 1. The ones that are saving it for the mediums or the softs might be going later on in the session, but later on in this Q2 session, the track's going to be quicker. Of course, with the mediums, with only having one set, and I say this every week, but only having one set of mediums, you don't want to go early and then mess your lap up or be too slow with the track being slower. As the track gets quicker, as there's more rubber laid down through the session, great to cast a line from all to drive on as well. Of course, if you do 2 laps on these medium tyres, or 3 laps even on them, Tango's done 2. Yeah, if you start doing 3 laps on them, that's when you're going to lose out in the race. You won't be able to do as many laps on them in the race. So you'll be slower. You might have to hit earlier than you want to as well. Get yellow flags just from McLaren's slowing down there, I think. Yeah, Tango letting his teammate through eventually. Linda on the lap there, will go back on board with Sean, who's just in front. He's on the mediums. Can he get close to Sweet MJP on that, join that little battle between Pot Stuff, Sam and Sweet? He was a bit of a wobble there, and he's 7/10 off there, Sean. I think he's going to have to put the softs on if he wants to get through. But Tango's really killing those medium tyres, and wouldn't surprise me if he came in and put softs on. Nunja then, here's Tango's teammate. A bit deep, turning in, and he goes up to P1 for 1:33, 9/10 quicker than Bradfield. It's great lap there. Really good lap from Bradfield. Great time. from Nunda side. And Konal just gets ahead of Nunda with that there from Konal. Carries on a lap on the mediums, and he's the only car actually on a lap now, so we're going to watch his time. Great to see him back up in P4 yesterday after a poor run. And only a second last season in the Premier League. See what he can do. Oh, he's taking a lot of that curve there. He's got a lot of wheel spin. He has got wheel spin again, so I think he's going to struggle for this lap time to be in that battle with Hot Stuff Sam and Sweet. I think he might be a little bit behind it. He's gone right in the middle of that now, so without those slides towards the end of the lap, I think he would have been up there with Sully and Tango. Even still there, competitive lap from Sully, from Harry. Very intelligent commentate last night, very rusty, getting all sorts wrong, saying everyone's name wrong as well. Rick's on out, like Ben Martin's on the softs. Strange seeing Q2 and Odenza in it. Really strange. So yeah, Martin's got a chance of getting through here with being on the soft. There's so many going for the mediums. And he's committing to the softs. He's only had 3 commits to the softs so far. Tango has now put the softs on the garage, so I think he's going to go for it. I wonder if more go for the softs, will everyone then go for the softs on if they can't get through? Lynx is on an out lap on the softs. Rick's on an out lap on the softs, so I do think we could get into a place where everyone that goes through starts on the softs. Because it's going to be hard to get through on these medium tyres, especially with drivers like Rick and Lynx going onto the softs too. Shows it's a good strategy. Here goes Marvsky then, running low on fuel. If he doesn't run out as he goes across the line, and he goes up to P4, he's only 15 hundredths off Bradford there, so it's a great time. So there's a good few attempts clear of Sully and Tango going on the mediums. So yeah, I think that's going to make Sully, maybe Sully, Tango, Potts, Cowie. Cowie's improving this time. He's got the P6 on those mediums, so he's ahead of Tango, and that could be decisive. Tango putting on the softs. You see Sam across the line. He's gone for another run on the mediums. But he'll have time if this lap isn't played. Come straight into the pit and put the softs on if he's not up on his time. But some might rather start drilling as well in the mediums. I personally just want to get through here and try and challenge at the top. As Rick does a 1:30.0, slow in his Q1 time on those soft tyres, maybe not pushing it as much in Q2, because of course he's going to start on those race tyres. So you might see some cars back off in Q2 a little bit and not push it as much, just to save those tyres for the race. Next car's actually the young Tommy to cross the line. Yeah, he's well up on his time now, of course. After that first lap, he made a mistake on his own. I think, no, he didn't make a mistake. I think what he did there is he got on a scrub medium, a scrub soft. He goes a bit deep there, as we mentioned earlier. Did lap on the scrub soft. No one else did that, did they? Yeah, Sean and Lynx, both Mercedes in trouble at the moment. Of course, Lynx hasn't even set a lap yet, so I think he'll be alright once he does. Young Tommy Lem, definitely going to improve on that time. Keeps it validated for the final corner, or does he? He just about does. He went too deep though, and he had to back off. He backed off because he knew he'd invalidate if he didn't. And that's cost him. He's only P12 still. He's only P12. Even though he gained his time as Lynx, does a 1:29.8. That's an incredible time from Lynx. I think the pole battle could be between Lynx and Rick by the looks of it. Unless we get someone else challenge late on. Sam Swift on his medium tyres, 2.5 temps up. He could go as far up as 70 if he's good. And he's just half a temp off 7P8 for Sam's medium tyres. And yeah, Tango's already out on the soft tyres. He's not going to be able to get through on the mediums. So I think Tommy and Sean might flip onto the softs as well. Sweet MJP and Pot stuff have got the softs ready in the garage too. And then Bradfield and Marvsky, they could be in danger if everyone's going to put the softs on. Even Nunda, I'm not sure, maybe Nunda and Konal in danger too if everyone else does put the softs on, but Bradfield and Marvsky definitely going to be in danger there. Yeah, they've got nothing to lose in going out.
It's going to go for it.
I honestly can't see Bradfield and Marv staying where they are. I think everyone else is going to put the softs on. If they've got more time in the bag, then they've got to go for it. Yeah, Bradfield, there we go. on his outlap. Young Tommy. Oh, young Tommy. He's committed to those mediums. He's going to go for a third lap on them. He must be close to 10% in with Tommy, aren't he? So he's not going to be able to come in and change his mind now. It's too late. Too late in the day for that. I know Sam's gone for another lap though. He's coming in the pits now. I don't think he's got time to change over though, so Sam could be out there. Sully's out on the softs. Links, I think, was just on in that. I think he's about to come in the pits. Yeah, he is. Links is safely through. Sean's getting those softs ready for garage too. Yeah, Tommy on his lap. I'm not sure if this is going to be good for him. He's just under a 10 up on his time. He needs at least 3 temps just to get through on Tango's medium time, which I think he's going to improve on. Yeah, but if Tommy gets 12th, 13th, I think he'll start on the mediums, go for something different. Of course, maybe that's what he's trying to do. He is only reserving, so trying and testing different strategies. Where's Denzo saying Linda? Denzo obviously crashed out in Q1, didn't he? Linda was still driving around the track on his lap. Denzo crashed out, so he's going to be starting down 15th. I'm sure he'll finish a lot higher than 15th. Yeah, it's a shame for him. As young Tommy, as we just see, Tango got to P3 on his lap, and so there we go. Tango and Conan stayed in the pits too, so Tango is going to be through. By the looks of that, Marcy's in the pits too, so yeah, both Ferraris in danger. Tommy is only up to P12, so, and he's back down too, so Tommy's going to be out. Sam Swift and Petard in the pits, so he's in danger. Marvsky, well, I'm not sure about Marvsky. His teammate going out might help him, but whether it's just to gain a place in the bottom 4, or whether it's to get him through, we won't know. Cowie's just started out, he's in 10th at the moment. Botstuff's a few temps up, he's in 11th. You know Tommy's going out. Sweet MJP's going to be next across the line. He's in sector 3 at the moment. Yeah, Nunda's saying what a time. He thinks he can actually make Q3. Yeah, it was a great time from Nunda. We couldn't believe it. 19th script on Bradfield. We did see earlier, it was a brilliant time. Sweet MJP's back across the line and he goes up to P6. He gets ahead of Bradfield. Bradfield, who is really up on his time as well. Next car to cross the line is going to be Potstuff though. He's nearly 9 tenths up by the look of this. This could be in the 130s. I think he's going to be up to P6 now. We're on board with Potstuff as he crosses the line and he is up to P6. 130.3. Absolutely fantastic time. Bradfield's miles up in his time too. 135. Looking really good for both Renault drivers at the moment. Nunda, he is 1,000 up in his time. Tango's just on in that. Next car is, yeah, young Tommy. He is definitely out. Cowie's down to P12 and the lap is still validated. So Sam Swift is definitely out. Sully's on a lap in P10 then. Not sure if he's up in his time. Mark's in trouble here though. This will push Sully down. Cowie's 9 tenths up. He's going to be in the 130s by the looks of it. He'll be up to P8 I think. He crosses the line. He's further than that. It's P4. It's a great time there. Pushes Sully down, but Sully's still on a lap. And Sean is on a lap too. Sean is up on his time, so Sean could still get through yet. We know Tommy and Sam are out. It's down to Sully and Sean. Sean is further back, so we'll watch Sully first, and this will push Marvsky out. Marvsky's going to... Oh, and Sully's back down.
Yeah.
So Sully is out. Sully is going to be out. It's a surprise there. It's between Sean and Marv. Sean and Marv it's between. Can Sean knock Marvsky out? Either way, it's going to be 11th or 10th for Marvsky, so it'll be up in that. And Sean, I think Sean is he going slow? I think he just had a bit slow for that turn there. I'm not sure if it's going to cost him there, but let's see what he does. He needs to beat a 131.2. Can he do it? Just does it. It was not the tightest to set the threes from Sean. He gets ahead of Sweet MJP and Marvin to P9 and pushes Marvsky out, and Marvsky's in a great place there in P11. It's a good opportunity to put the medium tyres on. He's going to be first of the drivers on that strategy, and as I thought, everyone did end up on the soft tyres, so there we go. That is the optimum strategy. Even if you are quick enough to get through in the mediums, and then you start P1 or P2, you're going to be under big pressure at the start of the race, and the top drivers don't like that. They want to pull away. So there we go. Then Tommy's out in 14th, Sam 13th, Sully 12th, Marvsky 11th. As you can see, Sully, Sam, Tommy did not fancy going through on those softs, did they? They wanted to try something different, and that could be something to watch out for later in the race. And I'm sure Marvsky will end up putting the mediums on too. He might go for the softs and try and stay with the top 10 and pull away from the ones on the mediums behind. That wouldn't be a bad strategy either. But yeah, there we go then. Top 10, all on the softs, and it's really close between, well, first and 8th especially, isn't it? Really close. I know we said Lynx and Rick, the top 2 you'd think for pole, but it's close behind, isn't it? I wonder if Rick backed it. We did say earlier, Rick's got more time than that. He was in the 129s in Q1. I wonder if some of them maybe backed off a little bit on their lap once they knew they were through, just to save a bit more tyre wear, as they'll be starting on those soft tyres. But some great times there. Looking forward to Q3. Here we go then. Oh, get our telemetry set up. The only thing is with cars starting on the softs, you might see some cars do a run on scrub tyres or only do one run. Because obviously everyone went through on softs in Q1, a different set of softs in Q2. And you do get an extra set of tyres, so they should all have 2 fresh sets unless they had to use 2 in another set. But I'm sure there'll be drivers with only 1 fresh set, possibly even wanting to save 1 for the race. So a load of confusing, jumbled up words. What you get out of it is that you might just see some cars only do 1 run on the fresh tyres. So might be difficult to predict early on, as we do see a few cars going out early, Bradfield being one of them, but the front car is Konal, so there we go, we'll watch Konal on his lap. Take a quick look into the comments, and then there's saying he feels like he's fighting pot stuff. Yeah, pot stuff has been incredible, hasn't he? His pace has been really good so far in this quality session. He does need the points, but Marv's been good himself, and he's going to be starting P11, so pot stuff and Marv looking good for some points. And it's sweet MJP who's next in the fight for relegation. He's through to Q3 as well, so might see some drivers towards the back picking up some points today. Yeah, Marv nearly in Q3, saying Tommy. See Bradfield, if you put that bottle down, you can do it. Yeah, absolutely. I don't think he'd be in Q3 in the Premier League if he had the bottle in his hand. I think it's sticking to the coffee now for him.
Definitely on Saturdays.
Yeah. Friday nights when he's on the commentary team, he'll be on the booze. I'll show you that. Everyone's on the track now, they're out now. Through sector 2 or sector 3. Konal's in sector 3. Soon be sector 1. He's going to be first to start his lap. Here goes Konal M. Can't rule him out for a high finish. He's been incredibly quick though, isn't he? As I mentioned earlier, great addition he's been to the league. 3 podiums. It's not easy to get any podiums in this league, but to have 3 within the space of I think about 8 weeks as well. In the last 8 weeks, always sliding there though. And I wonder if later on he's got tyres. Would have lost a couple of attempts there, Konal, on that little slide across the track there. Did really well to hold it together. Konal struggling there early on his lap. I think Rick Dalton's up behind, so yeah, Rick, see if he comes through and makes that sector purple. Yes, he does, so there we go. So he's still the quickest in the sector. The purple sector thing works on the map, but it doesn't work when it shows their time. When you're driving yourself, it comes up purple, and it's personally best for some reason. Oh, Rick locked up there, but he's managed to keep it together well. We all go back and forth with oh no, he won't, because he's invalidated his time in the thing. Oh, and Rick's invalidated his time, he's gone wide there too, and again, I wonder if it's scrub tyres. Bradfield's on the next in line, so we've got Bradfield's lap. Might get just no, not going to get so from Rick. Rick's a bit too far in front. Marv for Vice, hashtag Marv for Vice President, saying Dylan. I'm sure he'll be happy to start at 11, definitely. Yeah, Rick moving out of the way nicely. Rick's going to come in the pits. Yeah, Rick's in the pits. Oh, his car just glitched in front of his front
Yeah, I see that.
I would have put him off, but it's a 130.8. We know the league with that. Are you on the scrubs? Sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet MGP 8,000 slower then. Length goes up to P on the 129.9. That might have even been scrubs himself. Sean is slowing down deliberately. I'm not quite sure why he's done that. Pot stuff then crossing the line. He's up to P2. Great lap there from Pot stuff. And I think do think these tyres are scrubs for most of these, because some of the times are slower than the Q2 times. Tango's going to be next, and he's been followed by his teammate pretty quickly. Can Tango get close to Lynx? I know, again, scrub tyres, I think, for Tango, isn't it? And Lunda there as well, remember he's on. He goes up to P2, great up there from Lunda. I doubt they were scrubs. They were, but he could fair play to him, but Cowie hasn't validated his time, but he's going to be going for another lap, Cowie. So Rick, Kono in the pits, the top 7 have set their first lap. Lynx on provisional pole, 7/10 clear in Lunda, and then Potstuff close in P3. So yeah, bit of a mixed up grid, isn't it? Wouldn't have said Lat as your top 3 after your first round of runs in Q1, but Rick is going back out on the track, so he's going to go for 3 runs. He's refueled that car. I think this might be on scrub tyres again for Rick.
10-15 minutes.
Yeah, that won't affect us at all.
Oh no, yeah.
It's still sunny and the race is dry, and it's what Bradford's been saying. Cowie's invalidated again. They got he was on a lap, and Cowie has invalidated again, unfortunately. Down in P10. I'm sure he'll be coming in the pits now. He might have time to save up if he's got fuel on board for one more lap. Yeah, he'll have enough time as well to get round and come back in. And that's about the last one, isn't it? That's the Alpha Tauri going past the Kono. Again, the other driver who did manage to set a lap on their first time. He's out on the track again. So Kono and Rick, they're going to be ones to watch out for. As we see, Lynx, the last of the first lap runners, now coming to the pits, I presume, as well. Hopefully for Kono doesn't invalidate this time. Of course, when he gets, it's going to be tight, Kono. I think if he sets this lap and then getting back to change tyres and get in the garage, his mechanics take for ages. I'm not sure he's going to have the time to do it. If he does set this lap, he'll have to cut some corners when he's in that. If he does, which is absolutely legal within our rules, of course. Or he's had a bit of a wobble there as well. I know some of these are different in terms of being able to cut corners on the in-lap and that, but it does make a difference at some tracks, especially France and Russia, between potentially doing 3 runs in Q3. So that's one of the things I like about it. You get to see more laps going, more action going in Q3. Oh, and Kono, has he hit the wall there? I think he did hit the wall. We saw Linda hit the wall there earlier though. I don't know if it was just a graphic glitch from Linda. Oh, and then same for Kono. He's not got damage, so again, he might have just clipped it with the end plate instead of hitting into it. But he is going to set this lap, Kono. He's going to have to cut corners to get back, because if he takes 130 to get back and become in the pits, he's up to P2, 130.5, and that's why he set that lap. It's brilliant there for Kono. Yeah, if it takes 130 to get back in the pits, he'll be in the pits for 230. He's then got a minute to be in and out of the garage and change the tyres. And Miss Rick Dalton got to P1 for 129.8. We knew he had more time, but that is brilliant. And there we go, Kono is cutting across the corner. He's going to have to do that. And then Rick as well. Again, he might not be able to set another time, because he's even further back. He's not even cutting the corners. So I don't think Rick is going to be able to get back. He's about 10 seconds behind Kono, and that could be the difference. Yeah, Kono is flying across the corners. Of course, you've got to be careful you don't crash from doing that, of course. There we go, he's coming across. Slow down as well, Kono, so I don't think he's run out of fuel here. But that could be the difference again between him trying to cut the sausage curve as well. It's not going to help. If he goes spin off there, he's on low fuel mode. It's going to be neck and neck if he gets in or not. Rick, I'm pretty sure he's not going to be able to make it. He's low on fuel as well, so he's not going to be setting another lap on these tyres too. Cowie on an out lap then. So is he going to, yeah, he's going to be the first one to go on their final run. So look on board with Cowie and watch his lap. Only one yet to set a lap. Of course, Sean's not really set a competitive lap after he backed off on the line. Yeah, Tommy, Plotter's in the comments asking where Tommy's going to be starting. Yeah, I think Tommy's starting down in 14, which is not bad. He's going to go for the mediums as well. Cowie is now on his lap. Then Sean's actually on a lap in front, and he is up on his time. Stick on board with Cowie though. I don't know how something go through. It's so speedy through these corners, about sliding about. Brilliant so far from Cowie in sector one. You only see a true reflection of it when they cross the line, of course. We've seen some quick laps and they've been like over a second off. It's just how quick are they going through the corners? It's hard to tell at this stage, but again, it's looked a clean lap from Cowie. Sean went up to P8 then, so he's close to Bradfield and Sweet MJP, but I think he's going for another lap till he's got enough fuel. Go back on board with Cowie, but yeah, Bradfield, Sweet MJP, Pot Stuff and Links all on their laps now. Rick is not going to make it. Kono up, we can't see corners on his out lap too. He has gone on out lap, so Kono's trying to get to the line in time. Whether he makes it, though, is another question. Yellow flag, and that's just for Rick Dalton's gone out lap. I'm not quite sure what for. He's not going to make it. Cowie goes up to P3 of 130.2. Closes the gap to the top two. That's a good lap there from Cowie, and I think he might be going again as well. Next one we're going board with is, can Kono make it to the line? I don't think he's going to make it, is he? There's 3 seconds left. He's not going to make it to the line. We said it'd be close. And unless there's a little glitch of a couple of seconds, which there is. So Kono does make it to the line. The next one to actually set a time is going to be Bradfield in that Renault.
Oh, he's flying there.
And Bradfield is, yeah, he's... not sure. He said he's... Oh, someone has spun though, and I think that's Sweet MJP. Yeah, Sweet MJP's not going to set his time. Bradfield went up to P4. It's a brilliant time there, although there are going to be cars still looking to improve. Pot Stuff's going to be the first one. I think he's going to get Bradfield, and he's up to P3. Pot Stuff has a great time. Sean's going to be next on his second one. Sean went up to 5th. Great time from Sean. Can Links beat Rick Dalton? Yes, he can. He's at 129.6. Great time there from him. Tango's going to be next. 7 tenths up. And he goes up to P3. Good time there from Tango. Sweet MJP, unfortunately, isn't going to improve. Can Nunda improve? He was quick on his first run, wasn't he? I think he will improve. How much Bilo? Nunda crosses the line. P5 for Nunda. And Rick Dalton has not made it, and Cowie is coming in the pit. Kono then is quite a way back. We've got to wait for his lap. At the moment, looking good for Links and Rick, isn't it? They're the top two. Tango not far off, all in the 129s. Yeah, does well not to slide through there, Kono. It's just a matter of how quick he was going through that corner, though. Comes into the penultimate turn then, swoops in. Final turn then, where is this going to put Kono? He takes a lot of the curb, he's up to P5 then, good time there from Kono, just gets ahead of Nunda. And there we go, completed. Not quite sure what we're waiting for. That is our top 10. Links is on pole position, he takes his first pole in WNR. Great lap for the Mercedes there. It's confirmation of it. Links just over 2 tenths quicker than Rick, and it was close in the end, wasn't it? Sweet MJP a bit further off, but Sweet was the only one, I think, to not set a second lap. And I think Cowie Not quite sure why he didn't set a second lap. But in P7 there, Cowie. Definitely one to look up in front of him at the start.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, both Renault in the top 10, both Mercedes in the top 10, both McLaren in the top 10 as well. In fact, yeah, the top 9 because the Haas is in P10. So looking good for those three teams so far. And of course that battle at the top between Racing Point and Alfa Romeo. Not gone so well so far, is it? Because Denzo's down in 15th. And of course Dylan's in 16th reserving for Racing Point. It's over 100 points for anyone else behind to catch up. So I think they'll be safe for that. They're not gonna be able to gain much on one another unless they can pull themselves up in the race, which I would expect them to anyway, because I'm sure Denzo at least will be flying through the field. Pleasantly surprised, saying Tango. Yeah, it was a great lap from Tango. He's close. He's only a few tenths off pole position. So yeah, Tango really happy about that starting P3. His teammate in 5th as well. Was it 5th? I think or did he get knocked down to 6th in it? I'm not too sure when Nunda is. But Nunda saying good luck in the comments. Good luck to his bottle. Highest starting position in the Prem, saying Nunda. There we go. So yeah, he is happy about that. Great qualifying for the McLaren team. Can they keep it up in the race though? Just waiting on Jay's story, and this happened last week. Oh, there we go. We're in. Brilliant. Last week he had to leave the session to actually get going, didn't he? There we go. Yeah, Siege after he unfortunately got disqualified in quali. Good to see what he can do from the back. Is anyone on the hards? I wouldn't have thought so. No, they're not. It's simply the top 10 on the softs, the bottom 10 on the mediums. Wonder if Lynx will be feeling the pressure with his first pole position. He's been keeping cool in his 6 races he's done for so far ever since his debut back in Austria. Can he keep Rick Dott behind him at the start? Will Tango look to pull up pot stuff in P4? 9 points all season for him. I know he weren't in the first few races, but this is great for pot stuff. Great opportunity to get some points. And Marvsky, top of the medium runners, top of the bottom 10. He'll be the first one if he can get a good start to try and push on towards. It'll be hard to gain at the time. Yeah, Conan did get Nunda at the end, didn't he? So yeah, so Nunda in 6th, not 5th. But yeah, as Nunda said, it's his highest starting position in the Premier League, so he is happy about that, which is good for Nunda. And of course, yeah, both McLaren's in the top 6. So let's watch out for them at the start. Hopefully they don't struggle with their connection either. Sean in 8th as well. Good qualifying for him. I think he's down 14th in the standings, so again, he'll be not in immediate danger of going down, of course, but he is with pot stuff starting high up as well. It'll be good to pick up points as it always is as the cars now come back round to take up their places on the grid. It's quite spread out, isn't it? There's gaps between the cars. And who's that? Marvsky. Is he not in the session?
Hasn't said.
No, it's fine. No, his car was just ghosting through another car. There we go. Brilliant. So we've had nobody leave. Nobody's left on the formation. What is going on here? Wow. We're all set to go then. We've got the lights, but we've not got the revs. We'll wait for the cars to rev up. I can't see where's the telemetry gone. There we go, they're revving up, and it's lights out, and away we go in Russia. And Lynx has got a good start, but Rick has now pulled up. He's almost alongside. We're going to see him side-by-side collisions, and Rick is down on the inside. Nearly makes contact with Lynx, and look at that, that's a great start from Nunda too. And they make contact. Lynx swings in.
what's going on
But
here.
Lynx takes the lead. There's wing damage. I think there might be an Alfa Romeo. It might be Mavsky. Mavsky's down to 15th, 16th. But I think he's got damage. Lynx was aggressive at the start, but he keeps that place. Konal up into P3. Under pressure from the McLarens now. Konal is in P3. Tango 4th. Nunda's 5th. Potstuff's dropped a couple down to P6. Definitely saw some red damage there. But I think... Oh, Denzo's in 18th. Is it Denzo with damage? I'm not sure. I'll look further back. It is. Denzo's got big damage. And Mavsky, I think he's got damage too. I think he's lost an end plate. Yes, he has lost an end plate and he's hitting into the tower. It's such a shame for Mavsky. And Denzo falling down too. I think he's going to pit and probably go for hards. And there's a huge crash. And Potstuff's spinning around. And he made contact. I think it might have been with the Alfa Romeo there. We got a safety car. Oh, so Potstuff and Mavsky, the two drivers, we said great to see him starting high up. And they've both had collisions on that one, and now we have a safety car. Siege is up to 14th, it was a great start after starting last. Denzo's got damage too, I don't know if he came together with Mavsky. But they both had damage from that the first couple of corners, and Potstuff spinning there after contact with the Alfa Romeo. But Lynx keeps the lead of the race. I'm sure we'll see a few now pit after that damage. Join up to the pack, the safety car. We've got 6 cars in the pits, and so Sully might have damage too. Jay Story in there too, Dylan as well. So I wonder if a few cars came together towards the back without anything spinning, just with the damage. Sully and Denzo both on the hards, Potstuff hards too. Dylan same for him. So from here they could go soft or hards. Hards to the end is going to be difficult, but I'd say especially with a couple of laps now on the safety car, it is doable. I'm sure for some of these drivers, but it might be. Wouldn't take my word on it. Sam Swift up into P8 then. Let's have a look at the position change. He's going 5 places. There we go. It's a great start for Sam. I think it was just staying out of danger and picking up pace and cars that lost out. So Potstuff started. Such a shame for Potstuff. Started in P4. We lost place, a couple of places to Konal and to Nunda at the start. And yeah, I think it was about on the straight, wasn't it? Just where he gets to in a couple of corners tight. Oh, he's got to be careful. He go wide and get a penalty on the safety car. I don't know if he just made. I think he was just side by side with that Red Bull. Not Red Bull, sorry, Alfa Romeo. And then went into the wall and spin around, lucky not to lose the wall. It's still in this race. And of course, as we know, that fastest lap point towards the end, if he wants to put the softs on, that could put him even further in front. Yeah, Jay Story pitted too. He's up 3 places to 15th. Great start for Downwell for Siege too. Again, I would say great starts. They might have been awful starts, but they just gone ahead of all the cars that pitted. Yeah, Sean, Cowie, Nunda, Golden Place, Tango losing place. A great start for Konal as well. He's up into P4. An eventful start at least, and Jay Story is back in the pit. So I wonder if he's now going to get the hards on. 1 lap fresher than the rest of the hard buggers, and we go to the end on them. I think it might be what his plan was. Yeah, he's done that. That's a good plan there for Jay Story. I like that idea. Good idea from him. KD and Denzo both got penalties. I wonder if they're 5 seconds for Denzo. I don't know if it was speeding in the pit lane, lap damage, or whether it was just for a collision with another car. Usually if it's a collision with someone else, it's a penalty. It's KD, we did see it early on. 3 seconds before multiple warnings. into the comments saying, James, there's someone saying, Serious Mushroom saying he can't hear me. Not quite sure why. You there, Justin?
I can hear you. You hear me?
I think I can, yeah. It's gone a bit blurry as well. Not quite sure why. I've not changed any settings or anything. Safety car's in this lap.
I can hear you clearly.
Justin's just see something about that car. Right, safety car is in this lap then, so we're going to go on board and have a look at Lynx, see when he drops it, see when he goes. When's he going to drop it? It's awkward here with safety car restart. I'd go early just because that straight is so long, so I'd go a couple of corners before, but Lynx hasn't gone to yet. We're on board with Rick Dalton. We'll look from above. We'll see the start-finish line, and he has gone now. But the start-finish line is so close. It's such a hard place to restart. And Sam slips into the pits. I'm not sure what that's about, but Rick's going to get a great tally. I think he might be a little bit too far back. Lynx just too far in front, I think, for Rick's amount of change. And there we go, yeah, we can see he's not quite managed to get close to Lynx. And nobody, I think, has got into a position to overtake down to turn one. I don't know why Sam pitted there. He might have got damaged somehow under the safety car. Did you see anything for Sam? Or?
I did see a bit of damage come off where we are now, the corner, I don't know.
Oh, there we go. And so it might have been damage for Sam somewhere. I don't know if that's a collision with another car. KD up the P10, by the way. Good start for him apart from that penalty. The field's pretty spread out already, isn't it? Especially Sam. Such a shame for Sam down the back. Potstuff's already had a Chase Story, though. Of course, Chase Story pitted. Back up to the front, then Lynx and Rick Dalton, half a second between them. There we go, Rick using his ERS to close up to Lynx. He's going to be waiting for that DRS to be enabled, which will be in a couple of laps, of course. It's a couple of laps after the safety car restart, and Tango's going back for a move on Konal, and he gets it done. The pace on that car for Tango. He must have a pacey setup on there. It's a good move. He's done that pretty easily on the straight. Tango takes that P3 back then. I wonder if his teammate Nunda's going to have a look as well, just behind. Cowie in 6th, Shaw in 7th, Sweet MJP is falling back a little bit. Bradfield's catching up to him, and the medium runners are KD, young Tommy Siege and Dan Murphy looking good too. Denzo in 14th, and Hard's got to watch out for him as well, although you think he might be saving up to go to the end of the race on those tyres as Lynx sets the fastest lap of the race so far. Yeah, and Rick and Lynx, very similar pace, aren't they? It's really close between. Tango's already outside DRS range. I know you can see cars just trying to get a slipstream off each other, moving to the side. A little bit of a wobble there for Nunda. And Rick Dalton closing up. He's got to stick with it at Lynx. His car's going to overheat if he follows it for too long. Mushroom saying it's because I'm turning away to look at my triple hunt, is it? Sean then, 4 off behind Cowie. Sean's got a lot of pace around here, isn't he? He's not been up the top this season. He's been about mid-table, but he's comfortably in the top 7. He's pulling away from Sweet MJP. He's not got any damage, Sweet MJP. I think his race pace just not quite as good on these soft tyres at the moment. And yeah, Rick and Lynx again just pulling away from the rest of the pack, aren't they? And the more they do this, the harder it's going to be for Denzo to get towards them. And Tango's left the session. Such a shame for Tango then. He's got plenty of invites to get back in. AI is set to 80, and Pottsov's got a 3-second penalty. AI set to 80, so because he won't lose as much time as he would if it's on what it normally is. And there we go, he's already lost a place, and Dan Murphy's getting past Siege down for P12. He's done it down on the straight then. Nice move for Dan Murphy getting past Siege, and AZ Linda now getting past the ghost of his teammate. Tango's going to be next as well. Just taking a funny racing line. That ghost is Sean's going to get it too, and DRS is now enabled then. So we're going to see, look, it's half a second between Rick and Lynx. I think Rick's going to get a lot closer here. Not going to be close enough, but this is going to help Rick mount a challenge. He's got to stay close on this lap. And now Nunda with Tango leaving the session. Konal takes P3, but Konal's 2.6 off the top 2, so he's not got DRS to defend for himself. And now Nunda really can close up with that DRS. Bradfield gets past Tango's goes too. KD's going to be next. Tango's back in the session, hopefully getting control of his car pretty quickly. Nunda's got plenty of ERS, hasn't he? But so Conal's got even more saved up. I think, yeah, the KD. No, yeah, it's just past Tango's Ghost. Come on, Conal and Murphy's Tower. He's saying Serious Mushroom, or Serious Mushroom. He's an Alpha Tauri driver in the championship, isn't he? He hates Tango's PS though, Serious Mushroom saying. I think we all do. And he's now down to P13, 14 even for Tango. So even with it on 80, the AI has lost 10 places from being out of the session literally for one lap. Of course, they all closed up, bunched up together, but yeah, Rick just needs a good final sector where to get. He needs to be, I think, within 5 attempts when they cross the start-finish line, and then get that DRS. If it's more than 5 tenths, I think Lynx might just have enough. He's a lot closer this time, Rick. He's a lot closer. He needs to follow through on the final couple of corners. Follow closely. And I think Rick's going to have a good chance here. It's within 5 attempts. So I think Lynx had a good exit though, so he's managed to pull away, and now he's got the DRS, Rick, and he's closing, he's still closing. It's within 3 attempts, and it is just not enough. And further behind, Nunda on Conal, he's going to go for a move. We're going forward with Cowie. Conal on the outside, Nunda has to back off. And all this, and Nunda now goes to the outside. Has he got enough grip to go that part of the dirty sides of the track? Look at that car flying around. What a move this is going to be. If he does, he's on the inside. Nunda, they nearly make contact. Conal keeps that place, and now Cowie's getting a great run on Nunda. Is he going to go down the outside? He just can't. There's just not enough room. But all this squabbling is just letting the top 2 pull away even more. As Bradfield's getting past Sweet MJP. They can move from Bradfield. It looks 4 seconds now off the top 2. Link still leading Rick. But Sean's really closed up for this too. Sean's pace today looks brilliant. And Bradfield now past Sweet MJP. Looks like Bradfield can close up to this battle. And Nunda could be under pressure. He's got that DRS to help him. Yeah, I think that DRS for him is just to be enough to keep in front of Cowie. He's had a brilliant start here. Yeah, Cowie now 4.3 off ready, and 1 lap 7 already. So closing up to the third of this race being gone as Dylan's getting past Marvsky on the outside in that DRS zone. Marvsky have more grip. He might be going for a switch back here. Got to be careful because Potstuff's behind. And Potstuff's going around the outside of his relegation rival Marvsky. Does he get the move done? It's not the best camera angle, no he doesn't. Great battle down to P16 here. Battles going on everywhere. I'm sure there'll be an inquest into what went on in that first lap. All that damage to a few cars. And Conal here. Oh, Rick got close to Lynx. Just not close enough. Nunda's going to try for it again on Conal. He's just not close enough as he goes off the track. He might have got a warning for that. And Rick just too far behind Lynx. Lynx doing a great job to hold his own there. Nunda not close enough to Conal yet. It's going to take a big mistake or a safety car or something to disrupt this top 2, isn't it? Because they are just pulling away. Their pace is incredible. Lynx and Rick Dolman. Potstuff gets past Dylan. They're fighting out down to P16. And Potstuff on the outside. That's a great move there from Potstuff. Brilliant move. He managed to get past Marv just before that as well. Of course, Marv now down in P18. It's a great swap we've got going on here, albeit 5 seconds off. Sully using 15, repeated almost hard early on, don't be out of damage. Or we just changed strategy. Tango's heading forward, trying to crawl back through the field, but look at this, from P7, Bradfield holding up this train all the way down to 15, from Denzo and Dan Murphy now fighting. We're going ball with Siege to watch this battle. Linda's getting really close to Cowie up to P3, we'll keep our eyes on that too. Dan Murphy just gets in front of Denzo, look at this train. Wow. Bradfield's under big pressure at the front of this. But he's starting to pull away from Sweet MJP, and it's a good final sector here. But that DRS is just going to help him close up. I don't know what's happened to Nunda. He must have got a really bad exit, and Cowie gets past Nunda. A strange place to see a move there. Nunda's got the gearbox glitch, but I can only presume that Nunda made a mistake sliding through that slidey corner, as we call it. And now he could be under pressure from Sean. Sean's having an absolute stellar race so far. What's the story so far? Same vintage. Denzo crashed out from Q1, started down in 15, is now working his way up. Lots of cars got damaged. Potstuff started 4th. We'll quickly have a look at position change. There we go, you can see there the cars all down towards the bottom. Tango was a lag out, but the rest they've had to pit for damage. And Denzo's now getting past Dan Murphy up to P11. Good move there from Denzo. I don't think Dan fought it too hard. I think Denzo's going to have to work quite hard to push through this field. That might affect him maybe if he's going to the end of the race on his hard, so he's going to have to work them pretty hard to get through some of these cars. And Bradfield's not been able to put away from Sweet MJP at all, as he could, and Bradfield's lost it! And is he out? No, he's not.
No.
But he's got big wing damage there, Bradfield. He's got to move out of the way. He's got to move out of the way there. He's going to have to come into the pits. And I think mediums will just about go to the end. He wants to put them on. And he does get out of the way of Sully there. He's got a gap now behind him. But he is going to have to come in the pits, Bradfield. I think it will be mediums to the end. And Lynx and Rick. Look how close Rick is again. It's within 4 attempts. He gets a couple of these turns right. It's already fallen away a little bit. Lock up there for Rick. And might affect him. And again, Lynx just gets better exit on that final corner, isn't he? I think this is just a bit too fine for him. We'll actually look on board this time and see him close up. Sorry, KD and Sweet Cars, because Sweet NJP is in the pits and Rick's getting closer. He's going to go for a move on the inside. Is he going to go for it? No, he's not. Again, just not close enough. He needs a tenth more, doesn't he? And Cowie's getting past Co now, and he does it pretty easily for P3. Not even in the braking zone. Cowie up to P3. Denzo's getting past young Tommy, and he's going for a dive on KD as well. He's late on the brakes, and he doesn't keep the place. Denzo gets a 3-second penalty as well, but he does keep that place ahead of KD. Great double move there from Denzo, albeit with getting a 3-second penalty. But I think that's worth a 3-second penalty, clearing this train. Now he just has, because he can now put away from him. 2 attempts between Rick and Lynx. He got the DRS zone in a minute. Unfortunately, Rick's just dropped a couple of attempts back though. Unfortunately for him, at least. And yeah, he's got plenty of DRS saved up, and Lynx has got hardly any. So I think Rick's in the... Rick is a bit quicker, I think, at the moment. He's just struggling to follow that Mercedes through the corners. And yeah, I wonder if Lynx is going to pit. What did Sweet MJP pit for the medium? So there we go. He thinks the mediums can go to the end. And Lynx is starting to struggle on his tyres, and he's low on ERS too. So I wonder if he's going to try something different and pit. And he's going to pit. He is in the pits, Lynx. And you watch Rick now. He's going to absolutely go for it this lap. Absolutely blazing it. He's going to go for this lap. Lynx, I'm sure, will be putting on the mediums to the end of the race. Rick will try and overcut. And Sean's getting past Nunda because Nunda's in the pits. Cowie's up to second. Con's in third. Sean goes up to 4. Denzo, he's going to move up to P5. KD 6th. Tommy 7th. Dan's in 8th. DRS train going on still down here, isn't there? Tango wants to get back through. Sully in P11 again. We don't think he's going to have to pit. Again, Pot's up in P12's a bit further back. He'll be looking to close up. Lynx comes out the pits. Can he get out in front of Dylan? No, yes he can. So Lynx is just in front of Dylan, and that is a huge help. It's a huge help, but Rick won't be happy about that. Of course, his teammate for the day, Dylan, just behind him. I'm sure Dylan would have done Rick a favour and tried to hold up Lynx had he been in front of him. So yeah, Lynx has worked out well there. He's found a gap on the track. Well, he's guessed a gap on the track, I presume, so we can't see that data. No one started on the hards, finished at top 10 were all the softs, and the bottom 10 were all the mediums, a great pattern. You can see Lynx pulling away there already. Marty's behind there. Linda came out in 17th, but he's got Jay Story just behind. I'm sure in the DRS that'll be okay to get past. In fact, he's going to go for it now. There we go, and Jay Story does move out of the way. Jay Story, very respectable there as Ko now goes down the inside, and he gets to move back on Cowie. This is a great battle between these two, isn't it? Ko now and Cowie. It always used to be Cowie and Crooksy together on the track somehow, but Crooksy, of course, not with us now. I wonder if this is a thing of the future. Ko now and Cowie battling. And are they both pitting? Ko now does. Cowie's going to stay out for one more lap. Rick Dalton stays out for another lap too, so he's going for fresher mediums at the end. He thinks his pace is good enough on his sides, and I agree with him. So he's hoping that Lynx gets stuck behind Pot stuff then. So Rick comes out, he'll probably come out a couple of seconds behind Lynx. Rick will, but he'll have 2 laps fresher tyres, and he's going to have a lot more ERS save up too. Denzo then closing up to Cowie on those hard tyres. Denzo's pace is just incredible, but don't rule him out of a podium yet. Denzo could take that P3. Of course, may not have to pit again to the end of the race. Could be even more than that for him. KD's done a great job on those mediums then. I think the medium runners that have been on them for 11 laps will give it a couple more laps and go into, well, probably wait until lap 15, maybe 16 to put the softs on to the end. Shout out to Cowie for no pens. Yes, of course, that tends to be Cowie's biggest arch enemy, getting penalties, and he's not got any so far. Watch him get one on the next corners. No, not yet. He's doing well, Cowie. He's been strong, he's been quick as well, hasn't he? It's not falling behind Rick anymore, so that gap stabilised at about 7.8, and young Tommy sliding a bit through there. Jay Story gets a 3-second penalty. Bradfield is last after that wing change, but he's on the mediums to the end now. Tango's been in 2 for the mediums. Sean closing up to Jay Story now. Yeah, Konau, so Konau's behind Nunda. So Nunda's managed to get out in front of Konau. He pitted a lap earlier, we just see Potstuff getting passed by Lynx. So Lynx, in fact, gains time from doing that, gets the DRS and easily gets past. Potstuff's got that gearbox glitch. Next up for Lynx is Sully, 5 seconds down the road. I think Sully's going to the end, so he won't be letting him through easy. And there we go, Rick and Cowie are now in the pit. Sean's getting past Jay Story for P15. Jay Story goes incredibly wide though. So the sweet MJP through too. So Denzo takes the lead of the race. There's something totally never said that before. KD in second, Tommy in third. Link sets the fastest now. I think he knew Rick was going to pit. Let's see where Rick comes out. How far behind Link's? It's going to be quite a while. Rick's going to be on fresher tyres. He's got more ERS too. But he's a good 3.5 seconds nearly behind Lynx now, and a car between them, albeit that is Rick's team. No, it's not Rick's teammate. Dylan's actually behind, so it's Potstuff in front of Rick. So he's got to make a move on the track, and yeah, it's 3 seconds behind Lynx. So I wonder if going that extra lap might have cost Rick a bit too much there. Could come down to penalties if anything get penalties in the race. I think these medium tyres for Lynx will comfortably get to the end. He's got a chance now to save up on his ERS too. And maybe a bit of tyre wear with that gap just to make it even when Rick does close up, because as close as Rick was getting, as quick as he was looking, he couldn't get past Lynx for so many laps. He might have just got a warning there for cutting that corner. Of course Denzo will get slower at the front as his cars start to go off. Yeah, Cowie's come out behind Konau. Of course he went a lap later, he's 1.6 off him at the moment. Con's now got DRS from Nunda too, so Nunda is effectively third. Of course, that was before the pit stops. Of course, it's the spanner's thrown into the works with all these cars potentially on the hards to the end after pitting up on lap 2. But yeah, so Nunda's managed to get ahead of Konau and Cowie. Sweet MJP's ahead of Tango. He's closing up to Sean as well. So Sean was closer, wasn't he? He was a bit closer to the cars in front, but ahead of Sweet MJP still. Sweet MJP went for an undercut. He's been on those tyres for a couple of laps, hasn't he? So that's what he looked to do to gain some more time. Got DRS, so Sweet MJP that helped to pull him along. Okay, now just can't get close enough to Nunda, but Nunda's got Marv in front of him. Marv is going to have to pit, I think he'll pit for soft tyres in a couple of laps' time. Yeah, I think it's only a matter of time before he gets past Marv. He's going to go for a move down the inside here. It'll be risky if he does, no. With the cars turning so fast, it's so easy to get spun by a car from doing that. Got to say, all 20 cars still run as we go past the halfway mark. It's been a great race so far from these. And he's gone a little bit wide there. He might struggle to get past Marcy now, because he wants to get past Marcy quickly. I want to do it here if he can, and Marcy's gone a little bit wide, so I think he might get a good opportunity here. Marcy's not got DRS from the cars in front. He needs to get past because Konau's behind as well. He's going to be there in a matter of time. Is Konau going to go for a move on Marv? I think he's too far back, or is he? He's going to go for it down the inside. He sends it down the inside, and Marcy tries to fight it, but Konau's too quick. That's a great move there from Konau. I don't think Nunda will be too happy about that. Siege is in the pits. I think it's soft to the end now for him. And Cowie will want to get past Marcy as quick as he can. I think he might be a bit too far away for the straight as Rick Dalton sets the fastest lap of the race. And he's 2 seconds off Link now, so he's on a charge, using those couple extra laps of freshness to try and close up to Lynx. So Siege onto those soft tyres. He's going to come out. I'm quite sure down maybe 16th or 17th even if Tango can get in front. Tango does get in front, so he's only 17th for Siege. Possibly even lower than that. KD in second, young Tommy in third, down there in fourth. I'm sure they're all going to pit either this or next lap for the soft tyres. Sully in fifth. On the same strategy we think as Denzo. I wonder if any of them will pit for the softs in however many laps, because they might not. They obviously know their tyre where we don't. I Murphy into fourth, so serious smashing. Yeah, Murphy's doing a great job, isn't he? Let's have a look at position change again. Of course, he started right at the back, getting 15 places. Of course, he's still got to pit. Dan Murphy has to have two cars in front, and they're really battling each other, aren't they? Tommy and KD at the moment. How many of these are going to pit on this lap? That's what I want to know. Stay on board with Dan Murphy, so we'll be able to see all of them. Actually, no, because Linda's now getting past Dylan, and again, Konal makes the same move. So Konal again, Linda's really not going to be happy about this, but Konal's getting the pace, isn't he? So KD comes in the pits, and Dan Murphy come in the pits. Young Tommy stays out then. So Tommy, so I think KD and Rick might, KD and Dan Murphy might get him here of the undercut, depending on when they come out. Tommy, of course, had the fresh tyre wear at the end. And of course, that track, it's not easy for overtaking. It's not one of the hardest to overtake, is it? With the DRS zones, you've seen it's quite powerful around here, so might prefer the fresher tyres up here. And Nunda then, he's not got any DRS this time, has he? And he's getting passed by Konal. Konal on the outside, he's just looked so much quicker the last couple of laps on this stint, hasn't he? So Konal's up to P7. He's going to be leading this charge up to P6, where Potstuff is on these hards. Potstuff's done a great job on those hard tyres so far. Siege gets a 3-second penalty, but he gets past KD in doing it, so he makes a place start. And Dan Murphy's there too, and KD has to move out of the way. He takes the outside line. He's lost 2 places there, and these are all in the fresh soft tyres. This is an intriguing battle we've got going on here. And the car's still got to pit. And these are the quickest 3 cars on the track at the moment, so they're all going to be sieging up to the rest of the pack, aren't they? First one up from is going to be Tango on those relatively new medium tyres. Further up then, Lunda got DRS. Yeah, Konal will want to clear a second than Lunda, so he's not under pressure from that DRS, even though Konal's looking quicker at this stage. There's no gimme with that DRS, and this is effectively the battle for the lead. This is second. Tommy is in the pits, a second between Lynx and Rick. Lynx has got Sully in front. I think Lynx is going to get a move done pretty comfortably. Yeah, doesn't even have to use the DRS for that to get past Sully. Sully, of course, on a different day after that early stop, which we think we can only presume it's a wing damage. And Rick really is quicker at this stage than Lynx, and he's getting 2 seconds in the last 5 laps. And Linda does get back past Konal. Yeah, Konal couldn't clear a second, and Linda's got that place back. And Rick Dalton, he's going to want to get past Sully as soon as possible, because Lynx is a lot quicker than Sully. He's going to clear off into this, and there we are. Sully moves out the way, and that's, Rick Dalton will really appreciate that. I'm sure he'll be thankful for that after the race. I'm sure Lynx won't, but Sully knows that's not his battle at the moment, and he'll only risk himself damage or time penalties in fighting it, so he's let Rick pass. To have that battle with Lynx, he's gone a bit wide there though, Rick. He's lost some time. He's not going to get DRS this time. Lynx is using his ERS to clear away. He's also got to think about he's got to think about in front as much behind, because if Denzo's not pitting, he's got to close 6.5 seconds up to Denzo, and that could be hard. In fact, it's even more than that now. So Denzo's pace is still good on those hard tyres, even though we think towards the end of the race that might start to fall off. We're not seeing much of Denzo today. We only had wing damage early on, but to still be in contention of winning this race after being pitting for damage on that one, completely not a great strategy around here. He could still win. Marsky and Sean are fighting it out, and Sean just can't get past Marsky at the moment. He want to move. Oh, and when he nearly make contact, Rick does well, Sean does well to avoid that. Talking of Rick though, he is closing up on Lynx. He's in DRS now. He's correct in the second. Marsky's now in the pit, so that'll push Sean forward. Yeah, next up for Sean is Dinner, and Rick Dalton's left the session. Rick Dalton has left the session, and Denzo's left the session. Oh, as we know, they're brothers, and they share the same, well, they used to share the same PlayStation, well, they couldn't be in the same league, but that's obviously a connection problem with their internet, because they've both left the session at exactly the same time, so the drivers in first and third have just both left the session, so and Rick has managed to join back straight away, which is good to see, and hopefully Denzo will. He has joined back straight away too. They've both disconnected at the same time. Rick's lost back out to Sully, and Denzo's going to lose some time there too. Yeah, Rick's now 4 seconds off Link. We have this AI on 80, but he's just lost 3 seconds in half a lap, and that's with the AI on 80. You know, Here's something you have to look at as well, because it does spoil the race a bit, doesn't it? Like we saw Tango with, again, AI on 80. Tango lost 10 places in the space of half a lap. It's just... And they are back, Rick's back in control, there we go, Denzo's back in control now too. And Tommy's getting past sweet MJP Tommy's on those fresh soft tyres, of course. Their dad's turned the net off saying mushroom. Yeah, I was, for a minute there, I thought the whole internet might have gone down in their house. But at least it was just obviously a connection glitch for them or something, so they are back in straight away. However, that has an impact on this race now, and I think with that penalty for Denzo as well, Lynx is laughing now, because I think Lynx is a strong favourite for this race now, simply because of that. That's robbed us of a battle, and Cowie and Konal fighting out again here. Konal's not been able to get back past Nunda. One if he pushed too much on those tyres early on, although he's got a lot more ERS than the other two, Cowie and Nunda, isn't he? This is a great battle going on. Dango's getting past Dylan at P10, then Tango in P10. Sean not too far in front, and Siege is looking to get past Dylan as well on those fresh soft tyres. Dylan's going to try and fight it on the outside, he's just not got the grip on those old hards. And Siege, of course, on fresh softs, and there we go, Dan Murphy's going to get past two. KD's next up as well, I think he's going to try and get past Dylan. He needs to get past Dylan soon as well, so we can stick with the train. Those cars on the softs, he's got to be careful though. Yeah, Dylan already falling off the cars in front. You can see he's just not quite got the grip, and KD's smart here, will stay behind for that line and then try and go around the outsides. Oh, he's fortunately missed out there. He's got the DRS, that's why I wanted to say behind the line, but he should have just waited, tucked back in, and got a better entry onto this straight. He is stuck behind Dylan now, isn't he? But the cars in front are not managing to pull away, because Tango and Sean are holding him up on the medium, so KD will get another chance to get back through. Sully in fourth, he's sticking within DRS range of Rick now, and that's going to help. Sully could still have P4 here on this strategy, because Popstuff's in fifth on the same strategy. Nunda, Cowie and Konal, they'll all want to get past Popstuff sooner rather than later. Konal's getting back past Cowie himself now, so Konal's back through. KD's finally getting past Dylan on the straight, and Tango gets past Sean in the braking zone down to turn one. And again, Tango now will want to pull away from this train and try and get up to try and fight that Nunda, Konal and Cowie battle, especially if they get held up by Potstuff on the halves. We've seen already how difficult it is to put away, even if you put away by 9/10, which is a great achievement. You suddenly lose all of that on the straight again with that powerful DRS. It's 5/10, I'm not sure it's going to be enough, but Konal, in fact, is Nunda over a second clear, or Konal's just managed to pull back within it and get that DRS. Nunda's not quite got it off Potstuff yet. Battle out in front is still about 2.8 seconds, so even on these newer mediums, Lynx is not closing up to Denzo. I think Denzo's time right towards the end of the race will start to struggle a lot more with him being at the stage of falling off the cliff. That's what I have to say. Whether Rick can close up to get within Denzo because of the penalties, I really don't know. Sully's just fallen outside the DRS range from Rick, unfortunately. 7 seconds clear of Potstuff. So I think Sully is looking really good for this P4 here. And we said at the beginning, the cars have pitted for hearts, and in the first couple of laps could be going to the end. It's turned out to be a really good strategy for them. I think more people might regret that they didn't do it, even if they didn't have damage. So maybe Sully didn't have damage and he just thought this was a good strategy. It's definitely worked wonders for him. Konal's in DRS range of London now. Have a quick look at the penalties. Not 11 much. Denzo's got 8 seconds, isn't he? Of course, he got a 5-second penalty. I don't know if it's for a collision that will look to get removed, or if it was because of speeding in the pit lane. I really don't know. In fact, I'll have a look back on my stream to see if it says. But I'm not sure what it was for. I'm just looking back on my stream now. Cowie has got he's got 6 seconds now, in fact. I don't know where he got the other 3 seconds. That's really not going to help in this battle. With Konal and Nunda, in fact, he's going to lose out to Tango at the moment as well. Potentially even down Murphy and possibly see. So still trying to pick up on screen to see how Denzo got that 5-second penalty in the pit because there's no chance of being moved. But at the moment, Lynx is now over 3 seconds away from Denzo. So Denzo's actually quicker than Lynx and Rick at this stage of the race, which is surprising, isn't it? Further down, KD still on the back of this battle twins out, and it was a fight. I've just seen it now. Denzo 5-second penalty, speeding in the pit lane. So Denzo has got 8 seconds worth of penalties, so that's why Lynx isn't pushing it so much. I think Lynx is just trying to save those tyres a bit more. He's not a couple of laps older than Rick. Sully might even have a chance of getting Denzo here, but yeah, Denzo has got 8 seconds of penalties. As that 5-second one was for speeding in the pit lane, as we suspected, we didn't see anyone else with a penalty. Hot stuff in P5 then. He's got this train behind him in Lunda, Kona and Cowie. Hot stuff's got penalties and he's got 6 seconds as well, so he needs to try and keep these behind, because if he gets overtaken by them, he'll be under pressure from Tango as well and all the soft runners behind. They could be out of points, or Lunda's run wide there. Might let Cowie in. Okay, by the looks of it for now. Might be under pressure at the DRS though. Let's have a look at Lunda. Yeah, he's too far back to turn his pot stuff from this throw. Young Tommy's got a 3-second penalty. He's in. Yeah, he's just behind Sean at the moment. Sean, unfortunately, not worked out too much on the stint for him. He's got those soft runners in front of Siege, Dan Murphy and KT. They're going to be hard to pass. And yeah, these cars that have been on the hard at the beginning of the race are sort of throwing a few drivers down. This battle between Lunda, Kona and Cowie was for that final podium spot, wasn't it? Because Denzo, Sully and Potts have all done that strategy in the hard, they're all ahead of him. Because it's thrown Sean down at points as well. Although I think Potts going to get nastier than Lunda. Lunda's got great pace. Here comes Slipstream, DRS, and DRS. Goes down and gets the move done, and Potts, oh, Konal's gone for it as well, and Potts switches back in. That's the third time, oh, and they've got to be careful. Siege makes a braking going out to the Tango. Third time Konal's done that, followed Lunda into making a move into the braking zone, and Lunda must hate Konal, because Lunda's working so hard for laps to get past these cars, just for Konal to follow him, sit within one corner. Tango and Siege are still fighting out. They've got to be careful there, they don't come together. This is great racing from Siege and Tango. Siege, he's in front then. Sam Swift just on the fastest lap race. He's down in P20. Racing's not going great for him, unfortunately. Here goes Tango. He's got DRS. They can fight each other again. We're going to look for this battle. Lunda's 7.7 off Sully. Sully's just got 3 seconds now. Yeah, he has. So Sully, unfortunately, did get that 3-second penalty. But if Lunda and Closer in 3 seconds, then obviously he'll get that place. But these medium tyres themselves will be going up quite a bit now. So I don't think they'll be catching up. Especially, I think he's more worried about what's behind him as well. P5 for Lunda will be a great achievement. With Cowie having all those penalties and still getting past hot stuff. That 5th place, it does look like that is just between Lunda and Kona at the moment as well. And yeah, as it stands, Tango and Dan Murphy will take Siege's points, because Siege has got a penalty of his own. KD, unfortunately, has got 6 seconds of penalties. He just can't quite keep up this battle at the moment, can he? MJP getting past Dylan. Dylan gets a 3-second penalty as a cut corner, trying to defend it. This has just been, it's been a brilliant race again. No DNFs. Come on, let's keep up in the final few laps of this race. Sam Swift, we know he has got the fastest lap of the race, and only 1 point for him. Yeah, Jay Story did that same strategy, didn't he? He went in for that, bit hard, great strategy. Fortunately, he's not quite got the pace as he. At the moment, Nasty and Fresher Softs trying to get past Jake Bradford in P17. Again, a battle going on for 17th. Got this battle for 5th between Sweet and Dylan. This train, Tommy's at the back of it. Sean, KD, Dan, Tango and Siege at the front of it. P9, this is back for 9. Cowie just won pot stuff. Conan and Lunda. Pot stuff and Cowie. This is a battle too, so both got 6 seconds of penalties. stuff. Oh, because with that 6 seconds, he falls at the moment. He falls behind Tango and Dan Murphy, so he might not even get any points out of this pop stuff. It's been such an up-down race for him. Starting with P4, incredible qualifying. Back to last after that one. This strategy's been brilliant for him in P7, but it's a 6 second of penalties. That could kill him eventually in terms of points. Siege needs to hold these drivers up behind the pop stuff to have any chance. Cowie gets another 3 second penalty, and Luttrell's jinxed, isn't he? He said, oh, he's doing so well for penalties, he's now got 9 seconds. I'm talking of penalties, Bradfield's just got one coming to the pit, so he's going for fastest lap for himself and the Renault team. Links are in 3 seconds of Denzo then. He's probably heard that 5 seconds of Denzo was for speed on the pit, so probably saw it earlier on. So he knows that race win is there for the taking. It's 2.3 back to Rick. I'm not sure Rick has got enough laps. He's certainly got the tyre wear, got the pace. He can even use all his DRS, so he's just not quite going to have enough time, as he don't think. Who knows though? He is closing up. And then Conan's just pulled away a little bit, isn't he? But Conan's got a lot. DRS saved up. He's still within DRS range too. As Denzo is about to cross the line, he's a lead runner. Of course, despite those penalties, he crossed the line to start the penultimate race in this Russian Grand Prix. And he's still looking like he's going to get a podium out of all this Denzo. It's been an incredible race for him. Links looks like he's going to be right. It's 1.8 back to Rick. He's got to realistically find a second on this lap. There's no ERS left at all, Rick. He's got to find a second on this lap to get him in DRS zone on the straight for the final lap. Conan again, I think he's just a bit too far back. Again, he's a fine time on this lap. Pop stuff is doing a brilliant job of keeping Cowie behind him. He could still get points with Siege. He's 4 seconds behind now, falling off a little bit. So if Siege holds these cars up behind any more on this lap, Pop stuff could be up onto some points here. That's the battle I want to look for. But it's 1.8 between Links and Rick. 1.7. He is closing down on him. Yeah, this is where it's going to get really interesting with the top 6. It looks pretty well like we know what's going to happen unless something bad goes wrong. Yeah, between 7th and 10th, we don't know who's going to take those positions at the moment with the penalties. Doesn't matter what you throw at Denzo. Absolutely not. I mean, crashed in qualifying, started. Ooh, he slid into the wall then. Mushroom's jinxing everyone today. 1.5 between Links, 1.4 between Links and Rick. Yeah, Denzo to get a podium at the race where he's had damage and had to pit for hards on that one. Incredible. Starts the final lap in this Russian Grand Prix, and Konal he's still not even used much of his DRS, and he's really close to Nunda. This is the battle for P5. Konal's going to have a great shout at this. He's still got that DRS train going up from Siege down to KD. Sean's really fallen off in his medium stint, unfortunately. Really quick, wasn't he, on those soft tyres? And look at Nunda moving out of the way, ducking and diving. Konal's getting a slipstream, he pulls to the inside, and they nearly make contact, they nearly bang wheels. Konal goes down the inside and gets a penalty in making the move, which is just going to hand Nunda that place anyway. He had to make the move there, you think. He could have waited until the next straight, but that would have been the best opportunity for him. All his hopes lay on now Konal. It's just Nunda getting a penalty himself. He's still going to get P6, it's only 3 seconds. Yeah, Nunda just needs to avoid getting any penalties now. And Tango managed to get past Siege as well whilst we were looking at that. So Tango, it looks like he's going to get P7 here, so this is going to be really good. It was a good qualifying for McLaren. Looking like a P5 and P7 for him. We're going to go on board with Denzo as he goes through the final sector. Of course, he's got 8 seconds of penalties. Hopefully it doesn't give anyone a timing glitch, because no one left on the formation. We had no one leaving the formation app. We had nobody DNF either. This has been a quality Russian Grand Prix. Denzo crosses the line. He's going to provisionally take P1. Of course, he's got that 5-second penalty. So Links crosses the line and wins the Russian Grand Prix. Rick Dalton crosses the line and takes P2. Denzo then goes down to 3rd, but still a stellar drive from him. Sully on the same strategy as Denzo. No, that's a timing glitch. Denzo's P3, Sully's P4, Kona crosses the line for 5th, but Nunda takes it because of that penalty. Potstuff stays 7th for now, and I think Tango's got a timing glitch there. Dan Murphy goes up to 7th. Brilliant effort from him. Sean does take 10th, and Tommy's crashed it as he comes across the line. So has KD. I don't know if that was a collision as they come across the line or just when they spun it. Sweet 100p 15th. Yeah, Tango is up. He got no penalties. Tango is 7th. I'm quite sure of that because yeah, that always happens with Tango, doesn't it? Marv's he crosses the line, and Jay Story's going through sector 3. Sam is 2. Have a look at the fastest lap then as well. Fastest lap is currently with Sam Swift. Bradfield's 2 tenths off. Are you going for a fastest lap now?
I was trying to on the last lap.
Yeah, he went for the last lap, so we don't think this is going to be a decent lap here from Bradfield in terms of challenging that Sam Swift time. Can he beat 32.9? Oh, he did beat his time, but it wasn't the fastest lap though. It was close. Bradfield crossed the line in 20th. And that is the end of the race then. Yeah, Tango is up in P7, definitely. Because I calculated that with the penalties before. Oh, epic race that was. Really, really happy to have seen that. That's a brilliant effort from them all. Just wait to look through the results then, just for confirmation. KD is rapid, saying young Tommy. Yeah, absolutely is. We've got cars that are rapid and they're not even in the points. It just shows the quality of this. So it's saying Denzo got... Oh, so we had 5 seconds for another penalty. So it's saying this is giving him 2 5-second penalties. I don't know what that other 5-second penalty is for. So Sully might have a podium here. I don't know, obviously Denzo. So as it stands, Sully is on the podium ahead of Denzo. Because I don't know what Denzo got that 5-second penalty for. But it's not a timing glitch. It's just giving him another 5-second penalty. Let's have a look. Penalty and warning, penalty. So yeah, the first, yeah, that's a 5-second one. That's a 3-second one. Oh, I'm not. He's just given 5 seconds of a light. I'm not sure what that's about, but we'll have a look after. But yeah, Tango didn't get any penalties. Tango's up to P7. 2 points of pot stuff. That's important. Siege takes that final point. But yeah, Nunda. Brilliant. Yeah, Nunda same way. P4. Yeah, I'm not sure if Denzo's gonna say anything. Try and say that 5 seconds came from nothing, but obviously, because we didn't see that anywhere. It said it was on 8 seconds until he crossed the line. So I presume that's a random 5-second penalty the game's added on. But yeah, brilliant effort from the lads there. And Lynx, of course, taking another win. And next season, of course, because Lynx only joined halfway through the season, he's definitely going to be challenging Denzo, I think, right at the top for a whole season. I can't wait for that. But that's Russia done. No DNFs. Great to see again. Everyone fighting to the end. Sam Swift taking a point with fastest lap as well to pull himself away from the relegation zone. No big instance either. No instance at all, really, I don't think, apart from that first lap. It weren't too much going on in terms of crashing, but the racing was absolutely brilliant. And that was an incredible race. Hopefully you all enjoyed it too. 5 left to go. 5 races left. Wow, that's gone quick this season. As next week we're going to be in Japan. Well, Japan's a track. Something always happens there, and I'm sure we might see rain at some point as well. It's rare you get through 3 races in Japan without rain. But did I make it in time to watch the Prem, saying Cryptic? Well, you've only just turned up, so I doubt it. Enjoyed that one, saying Tommy. Yellow wing damage from lap 18, saying Tommy. Yeah, I thought he fell off a little bit. But yeah, Vintage saying quality race as well. Absolutely, really was. But thank you to everyone for watching, and yeah, we'll see you on Friday for League One and the Championship, and that will be in Japan. So yeah, maybe bring your brollies. We've not had any rain in the races in Russia, in Sochi this weekend, have we? But thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed that.